All right, so this is a quick description of something I was trying to add based on some user feedback, and it was a little bit less straightforward than I thought, so I want to hand this off to David. I just want to make sure that I describe the issue. Um, so one of the things that came up was that the text on the issue date field that says null is actually pretty helpful, but it is confusing a little bit that some of these other columns that don't have um, any data in them don't have a similar message. Like the expectation is that if null is there when there's an issue or there's nothing, that we would see the same thing. And because our users are typically non-technical, null just doesn't have quite the same meaning as something like not available or not provided. So I've decided to go with not provided as the text that should be there based on feedback. And when I tried to implement this, it seemed pretty straightforward. Oh, I'll just make a span similar to this date thing showing up. But right now I have it only conditionally showing as long as you have a text field selected. So that means date types and unassigned columns are not going to show that. I figured that's not too much of a big deal in the case where once you assign a date, then that's going to show null, which again should be updated to not provided. But I'd really like this to be the catch-all in the default. Like, say we don't provide an issue date, we really want to be showing not provided there, and we want to be previewing it as today's date, because that's what it's going to show as. So maybe that's a separate issue, whereas the preview of the today's date. But really, this is just for David to, just because that null shows up as part of the date filter. I'd really like these guys to show up on all instances when there's no data available. And in the case of a missing date, it might need to go to the left. So I'm not sure if there's a general case there, but this is a nice to have that I'd really like to get in.